Welcome to Today in Prophecy, daily news in 15 minutes or less. It's news with the Bible as perspective. A lot is going on. As usual, Israel and the U.S. to boycott UN two-state conference. Washington calls it a publicity stunt. Folks, we are watching, it appears, the whole world gathering together to divide the land of Israel, but the U.S. says not going to happen. Imagine if Kamala Harris was actually president right now. Wow, what would be going on there? We'll come back to that story in a little bit. And check this out. This is absolutely fascinating. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Egypt call on Hamas to disarm and leave Gaza. Listen, we'll get back to that story in a few more minutes. And also, you may have noticed a massive earthquake took place last night. A huge earthquake. We're going to get back to all of those things in just a minute. Hey, but first of all, just a reminder, if you are in the Santa Barbara area coming up a week from Friday, we will be there, a week from Saturday, on August 9th, all-day conference. Pastor Brandon Holthouse, Pastor James Cadiz, David Tal, Pastor James Panafino will be joining us via video from New York. It's going to be an outstanding conference. We're also going to do a Q&A at the conference, and we'd love to have you join us. The registration is still open, but you must register to attend. Again, that's in Santa Barbara, California. Would love to see you there. Looking forward to seeing you there. And then I'm going to stay over, and I'm going to be speaking at all of the Sunday services on August 10th. The 3 services there. So looking forward to seeing you guys up in Santa Barbara. Again, Saturday for the conference, going to be fantastic. And then I'm staying over and doing all the services on Sunday. So both Saturday and Sunday, looking forward to seeing you guys up there. This Sunday morning, I will be in Hemet, California. Check out the website at hopeforourtimes.com for events. I'll be speaking Sunday morning in Hemet, California. Sunday evening, I'm going to be speaking at 5 o'clock at 412 Church in Temecula. It's going to be like a mini prophecy update, and I'm going to be dealing with the subject of Israel. There's so much anti-Semitism that's going on. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to expose Israel's accusers this coming Sunday night, and it's going to tick off a whole lot of people, but I'm going to deal with Zionism, what it is, the elders of Zion, the protocols of the elders of Zion. I'm going to deal with the Rothschilds. Did they invent Israel? How about the British Mandate and the Balfour Declaration? Israel's a fake nation. Those aren't really Jews there. I'm going to be dealing with that this coming Sunday night, live and in person, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then coming up for the second half this Sunday night, David Tal is going to be joining us. So it's going to be like a mini prophecy update. We're even going to take your questions live. So join us if you can in person this Sunday night. I guarantee you it's going to rock. It's going to tick off the devil is who it's going to tick off, and all of those who are his. But listen, we live in a very interesting time. We'll get back to Israel in a few minutes because some of these stories are absolutely necessary. But it seems the world is turning against Israel. So listen, join us this Sunday night. I'm going to be exposing Israel's accusers. And it is complicated. Believe me, it's complicated, but we're going to be dealing with this. All right, let's get on with, and you can check out all of these things at the events page at hopeforourtimes.com. You don't have to register for this Sunday night. Do need to register for Santa Barbara. Okay, with that, last night, one of the largest earthquakes, the world's largest earthquakes in 14 years. The earthquake appeared to be the strongest recorded since a 9.0 magnitude earthquake off of northeastern Japan in March of 2011, which caused a massive tsunami and set off meltdowns at a nuclear power plant. I remember that one well in 2011, and then this one last night. So last night, some of you were there. We were in Huntington Beach, California. I was there with Pastor Brandon Holthouse and Pastor Joe Pettick at Calvary Chapel of the Harbor. Boy, was that a great time. Packed house. It was just absolutely a terrific time. Time went too fast, but just as we got there, both Brandon and I we had kind of a long drive to get there, coming from different areas of California. But by the time we arrived, we found out about the massive earthquake, the threat of tsunami that did reach Japan, also the threat to Hawaii, the threat to America, the west coast of America. So we're there in Huntington Beach, And you're right there. That church is, the ocean is literally the sea. The bay is right there. So they were on an evacuation warning or alert for the tsunami. And then the tsunami traveled something like 3,500 miles, I think it was, in, it was 5 or 6 hours. And we're looking at this. It was almost 600 miles an hour that tsunami was traveling. It didn't reach Huntington Beach. I don't know what happened at Huntington Beach. We left there. I was getting texts from friends after we left, said they were okay. But you look at that, and can you imagine, folks, a wave coming at you, traveling as fast as 747, 600 mile an hour wave. Imagine being on the water when a tsunami is coming like that. You're on a cruise ship or something. It's a reminder of the book of Revelation where a third of the ships are destroyed. It's one of the judgments as asteroids plummet the earth and one massive one hits the sea. Imagine that day is coming. It's also a reminder of this, Luke chapter 21, where Jesus, in the Olivet Discourse, he says this: "And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations with perplexity, for the sea and the waves will be roaring, and men's hearts will fail them from the fear and expectation of those things which are coming on the planet, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken." Listen, we have this massive earthquake last night. What was it? In an area of Russia, I think it was 8.8. That's almost 9.0. That is enormous. And then you look at these words of Jesus. Men will actually have heart attacks because they're going to be so afraid of the things that are coming on the planet, the sea and the waves roaring. It's just a reminder of the days that we live in. I wouldn't say we have an angry planet. What we have is a planet that has been cursed because of the curse of sin, because of Adam and Eve, and a planet that is looking at being judged, the people on the planet being judged, and God is going to use the very things of creation as he judges this place again. You think of the massive judgment that's coming during the time of the book of Revelation in the tribulation period, where a third of the ships on the sea are going to be destroyed. A tsunami traveling 600 miles an hour. That's just hard to even imagine. I've sat on the shores of the beach and seen the waves crashing on the beach many times over my years. And what are they traveling at? I don't know, 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour? I don't know, I've never looked at it. But a 600 mile an hour tsunami, and I guess that's just the normal speed of a tsunami. Folks, this is, it ought to have our attention and realize, wait a minute, something is going on. We were able to talk last night about how what's happening right now has never happened before. If we look back at COVID, it was a global issue, right? Remember that? I won't go into all those details for obvious reasons. Started looking at everything was global. Everything's been global ever since. And then you start looking at things, what's happening right now. Global anti-Semitism, global catastrophes are taking place. A tsunami that threatens Russia, threatens Hawaii, threatens Japan, threatens the entire west coast of the United States of America, including Canada and even parts of Baja, Mexico. You look at this and go, this is remarkable, the things that are taking place, the wars and rumors of wars that are also global. And we remember the words from the book of Revelation with the judgment that's coming, where the Lord says, I will keep you from the hour of trial that is going to come on the whole earth. Friends, we need to wake up. And then we look at these next two items. Look at this, because it really helps us to understand the season which we are in. We don't know the day or the hour, but friends, we need to be ready. Israel and U.S. to boycott UN two-state conference. Washington calls it a publicity stunt. As we look at the dynamics of what is taking place, we have the UK now, we have France. They've made it clear we're going to go to the UN, we're going to vote for a two-state solution. We are coming against the land of Israel. The lies that are out there against Israel, again, this Sunday night, join me in Temecula, August 3, 5 p.m., myself and David Tao, exposing Israel's accusers. What a time. What a time. We got to deal with this subject. What's going on with the lies that are out there about the food, trying to say that Israel is starving the people of Gaza. The lies are proven over and over again, but they just won't go away. But you look at this right now. Let's divide the land of Israel. Remember what the Bible says. Again, bring the Bible into it. What does the Bible say? Joel chapter 3 is very clear. God says, these are my people, it's my heritage, Israel, it's my nation. And what does God say? I am going to judge every nation that seeks to divide my land. God says, He says it's my people. People say, you can't, no, that's not, no, God says it is. My people, my heritage, Israel, my land, I will judge every nation that seeks to divide. I look at everything being global. I look at the massive rise in anti-Semitism. Friends, we need to be alert. We need to be awake. We need to warn everybody that Jesus is coming again. And then, of course, there's this next article. Check this out. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt call on Hamas to disarm and leave Gaza. 17 nations agree on statement calling for Hamas to lay down its arms and end its rule in Gaza during UN conference calling for the creation of a Palestinian Arab state. All right, so again, we look at this, a Palestinian Arab state. So we're going to divide the land? Is that what this is really about? Listen, things are racing towards the fulfillment of Bible prophecy. Israel is the timepiece where we can tell everything that's going on. And so that's why I have my new book out, to help people understand, to help equip the believers to understand what God really says, okay? With that, as we think through this with the Israel dynamic, the Israel question, it's not a coincidence that right now the world is coming against Israel. The world is also forcing some kind of peace upon Israel. In this case, 17 different nations say there's going to be a Palestinian state and Hamas needs to just give up. Think through this. Things are moving super fast. In order for Ezekiel chapter 38, the peace of Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 11, where Israel will be dwelling in peace and safety without bars or gates, no walls, there has to be three places have to experience a peace that they do not have right now: Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. Right now, the talk of those peace in those areas is increasing. Pay attention to those three areas: Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. The world calls Judea and Samaria West Bank. That's a lie. We're going to call it by God's name. Judea and Samaria. Pay attention to those three. It's going to escalate the talk of peace. Israel is going to somehow, they're going to secure peace in those three areas. The reason I know, and I don't know when, but I'm expecting things to really pick up pace right now, because the Bible indicates that as we get closer and closer to the second coming of Christ and the tribulation that's coming, and the redemption of Israel, as we get closer and closer to that time, the events that are described in the Bible pick up their pace exponentially. They are going to happen at an astonishing rapid rate, which they're already beginning to. So keep your eye on Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. Peace will be coming to those areas. Israel is going to take over those areas. It must happen before the fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 38 takes place. So as we look at all these different dynamics, folks, you can't make these things up. These things are racing towards their conclusion. Israel is the center. Things are happening on a global scale. What I want to encourage you to do is look up and lift up your head, because your redemption draws near. God bless you guys.